Hello everyone, welcome to the channel TwinTalkTopics. I'm Lindy, this is my twin sister Lacey, and we are talking about topics that are important to us as well as topics and issues around the world. So, okay,
that's both.
We're sometimes we get off topic, so bear with us.
It's just the stream of thought and energy flowing. Just accept it as it is. If you want to change it, message us. Not saying we're gonna you're gonna tell us what to do and we're gonna do it. No, it's probably not how it's gonna go. But
we're a little bullheaded. Anyways, I wanted to talk about what happened last night and how this correlates with peace.
And how there is no peace.
Second Amendment and self-defense. So last night there was a little issue. I didn't get very much sleep, and I'm sure my sister didn't either. I get really cranky. Women need their sleep, okay? Okay, everyone out there?
No, the thing is, my body sleeps, but my soul doesn't rest. If that makes sense. I sleep, but I don't rest. You can't rest when the world is in the state that it's in, which is mostly mental slavery. Some form of slavery.
Someone trying to put ideas in your head that are not originally yours.
Yes. Not your original.
Well, just don't turn the television
expression.
Okay, anyways, so what happened last night was I was sleeping like a baby and in my nice warm bed, and at 2:30 in the morning, I hear random fireworks going off. Just one, and it was it was more like that. It was
actually I think it was obvious. I think it was maybe
our backyard's that way.
Maybe like a football field away, because I could see the reflection.
Yeah, I saw the flash too.
Okay. All right, sorry, continue.
And I thought, what the heck, is that a gunshot? My neighbor has a lot of land, and we do have issues with coyotes sometimes, so I thought, oh, maybe there's a coyote. No, just some random person. Actually, I think I know who it was. It was the other neighbors who are a little they're rowdy, rough around the edges,
not considerate,
not
obviously.
Yeah, 2:30 in the morning.
Keep talking, since I'm gonna get my Florida water.
Anyways, I figured that it wasn't a gunshot. It was fireworks when it happened 3 times and we saw the flash. So I go into my sister's room and I said, "Are you hearing this?" And she was half asleep, but we didn't really.
My dreams.
We didn't really think nothing of it.
I was like, oh, that sound is. It was a part of my dream. I don't know how it was, but I was
integrated into your
being.
It
integrated into my dream. I was like, okay.
But so I just made sure. I don't want that.
You never do.
Did you drink it or smell it?
You just smell it, and if you want to put a little bit on your skin, you can put it on your skin.
That's okay, thanks. I smell it from here.
Good.
Okay. Anyways. Yeah. I went back to bed. I was still kind of uneasy. It was at 2:30 in the morning. Who was doing that? Someone who was up at 2:30 in the morning, probably not in
the greatest state of mind.
Yeah.
Making that much noise.
Yeah.
Which is, I mean, I've made noise before.
Okay, anyways, went back to bed, wasn't easy about it. An hour later, I hear my dog. I was just falling asleep and I hear my dog. Her name's Lacey. Didn't plan it that way, guys.
Different soul.
Yeah, she was. We rescued her with that name. So this is Lacey, and I have a dog, Lacey. She's a boxer pit bull. And I woke up to her barking. She usually doesn't bark. She's pretty mellow, but she is very protective. And she was barking just like woof, woof, like a warning bark. So that really alerted me, because she never barks, especially at night, unless there's someone there or there's something out of the ordinary is happening. My dogs are well disciplined, well trained, except for Molly. She barks too much sometimes at new people. But so I yell to Lacey again, and I get my gun because I think, what the heck is happening? There was fireworks an hour earlier, and now my dog is barking. Oh, by the way, also, what is your deal?
I'm just like, I don't know, because I didn't feel threatened. It was just stupid people doing stupid stuff.
Well, my security camera alarm was going off as well.
Yeah, but that was the alarm.
Okay. I already said I was in a heightened state because of the stupid fireworks, and then my dog's barking. I'm instantly alert, and then also as I'm coming out here to ask to see if you are up or doing something, I hear my alarm security system go off.
I remember that because I was on the couch.
And then she is telling me she came out and she said, well, there is a car at the end of the driveway, and there's just this random ass car just sitting at the end of my driveway, halfway blocking it. It was some sort of truck, and then there was a bike that was circling it, and I saw it was the bike because the spokes had the reflectors on it. And I was like, Jesus. And I was like, what's happening? Are we being robbed? Like, what are these people doing here? Nothing happened. We just kind of watched, and eventually they drove away. But it just goes to show that this is like, this story is nothing compared to other people's stories of not feeling safe at times in their homes or in their environments. And I wanted to direct this this story about...
Did you feel better that you had a gun?
Yes, I did.
Or a weapon.
Yes, because when I saw that truck at the end of the driveway, I instantly thought, okay, they are either, I don't know, up to no good doing something, or they're planning on coming in. I don't have any friends that come. I don't have any friends that come, knocking on my door at 2:30 in the morning without letting me know. Or 3 at this point, it was like 3:30. So
wouldn't that be fun if somebody really did come in, sis?
I'd be like,
wow, you fucking gave it to the wrong house.
You get today. One more. If I hear someone trying to break in, you get one warning. I say, if you break into this house, you will be shot. And if you decide to come in, then boom, bang bang. That's what you get. Anyways,
one in the head, one in the heart.
Having that security of self-defense makes me feel better. I actually, after they left, I was able to get some sleep.
It's a tool. It's that tool for self-defense.
Yes.
Because you were talking about the Second Amendment.
Yeah, I want to talk about the Second Amendment because...
what it actually means.
Well, yes. The weapon or firearm, that is a tool for self-defense. But the Second Amendment, what it states is the right of the people to keep and bear arms. Arms. Okay? We are naturally endowed with arms. We are naturally endowed with arms to defend ourselves. Okay? This is a gift from the Creator, naturally, for self-defense. Our nervous system is literally programmed to fight or fight, defense mechanism.
And actually,
and that's why it
more
says...
so because our grandpa was a World War II Marine boxer, and beat the shit out of all of the...
What? Grandpa
Taylor, yeah. It's
like... Who told you that story? I never knew that.
Well, first of all, he was an Army Ranger.
Dad's dad?
Yes.
What the hell?
Yeah.
How come I don't know all this? I only knew that he used to mimic animal noises.
Well, yeah,
and
he did that
to play for the radio.
Yeah, he did that too. But he was like, how in the military they have, like, in football they have different, like, they have the Army go against the Navy and stuff like that. It's just fun. Well, they have that in boxing too. And he was he was originally an Army Ranger, and then he went that route in the military, and he would beat the shit out of all the Marines.
That's told from a Taylor man perspective, so we don't know how fully.
I wouldn't doubt it.
Well, yeah.
I mean, sorry, but I've got cat. I've got pretty good cat-like reflexes. If that's one of the better things that came from our family, then I'll take it.
Hyper awareness.
Or just, yeah, and just,
Yeah. Anyways, what I was saying, very cool to know about Grandpa Taylor. Rest in peace, bless his soul. Never met him. He died before we were born. But he seemed like a pretty cool dude. Just the language in the Second Amendment, the right and keep to bear arms shall not be infringed.
Shall not be infringed. So what?
So if my arm has a tool to help defend myself, you shall not infringe on that. It doesn't matter if it's what you were saying before, if it's a fork, if it's a knife, if it's pepper spray, if it's a firearm.
This is what they're...
Doesn't matter.
In the Second Amendment, if you were to place firearm or guns when we're talking about the Second Amendment, just replace the word firearm with forks. If you really wanted...
Fire forks?
No.
That'd be
firearm
a cool
or gun with forks. Because anything can be a weapon. Now, personally speaking, I really love guns. I do like guns.
Me too.
And they're a great tool to use for self-defense.
They're so empowering too.
And
a lot of people are afraid of guns.
Targets, yeah. But
once you shoot,
I can do just as much damage with a fork if I really wanted to. Think about that for a second. If I wanted to bring harm to 1,000 people, you can do that with a firearm, maybe a little bit easier, but I can do just as much that damage with that with a fork. And that's because anything can be a weapon. The best weapon, like I said, I love guns, but the best weapon that I have is this. And we have to remember what we're talking about when we're talking about the Second Amendment. It's the right to bear arms, to defend yourself and everything that you stand for and all your freedoms and your loved ones and just you. If somebody is infringing on that, you have every fucking right, not given to you by the government, but by being here. It's primal. It's part of your biology.
Sorry, you were getting really into it.
Well, that's that's
I guess we don't understand how
dynamic.
We don't understand how people don't get it. Like, and why politicians keep on saying we're going to come take your guns or.
Well, I think the what you said before, you made a good point because I didn't even like. Yeah, a lot of people relate the Second Amendment to
firearms.
Guns. It's a right. It's a right to bear arms. Yeah, and firearms are a big part of that right because if you have a tyrannical government, you have to have the best tools possible to protect yourself.
Or if you are a short, petite female like me and there is a 6-foot guy coming at you, my little arms need some extension.
Yeah. Stabby stabby.
Shooty shooty.
Yeah. I mean, you can be pretty good with knives as well, and they can be just as deadly and dangerous as guns, if not more. They're just a little bit stealthier. Not that I know anything about that.
What do you know? Well, at a later time.
Personally, if I wanted to take somebody's life, we'll just say
why do you contemplate on this?
Because there's pedophiles and child molesters and rapists running around. If I wanted to take their life, I wouldn't use a gun because guns are registered and they are tracked and all that stuff. And I mean, I could buy one from a gun dealer, gangster or whatever that's selling them off the market. But it'd be so much easier and a little bit more pleasurable if I could just...
Whoa, somebody's really thought about this.
Well, if I could it's... If you bring any harm to a child, it's all go. It's all go for me now. And, you can talk about vengeance and whatever, all that stuff. That stuff doesn't matter. It's about doing what's right. If you can tell if somebody is, if they're
mindset.
Yeah, I don't like. I could try and
if they deserve
I could
to be
try
on
and
this earth or
devolve
not.
and try and explain why pedophilia
Happens.
or anything in regards to like raping or molesting any other being, children and just any other being. I could go into so many details, but it's what's right and what's wrong. You don't take
Someone acted on their and took someone's
innocence,
sexual innocence.
innocence,
Someone
and
else should act on
It's
that
so
by
fucking
bringing
low.
justice and morality to that situation.
it's so
Because if
low.
they are not in the mentality to understand that what they're doing is wrong, then they're just going to keep acting on it.
Yeah, it's a form of
Hold on, I have to go get Molly.
it's a form of not being.
They just are selfish.
Yeah, I don't know. It's just quite disturbing, and like I said, I don't tolerate that. There is actually, I don't want to get too like deep into the shadowy part of humanity, but unfortunately it's just shit that I've had to deal with, like we've had to deal with our entire lives. The last apartment complex that I lived in, I had everything fine. It was cheap, it was great because I was just living by myself and I just wanted to be by myself. But the apartment complex was just filled with a bunch of disgusting, grimy people. Some people, like there's like a nice family there and there was some other good people there, but most of it was just low energy, low frequency beings, did drugs and stuff like that. And obviously I didn't plan on staying there for too long, but I had a lease, so I had to stay there. And there is this guy, oh my god. There is this guy that I saw him once before in the building. And then one night I came home and I was walking up the stairs and I was walking down the hallway, and at the end of the hallway I saw this guy like making like a jerking off motion at the end of the hallway. And I was like,
so he's checking off.
Yeah, and I was like, I don't know if I saw what I saw, but I was like, okay, maybe whatever. I'll give myself a little bit of credit because I was like, well, I got to get to my apartment, so I got to go down this hall. So I was kind of curious. I was like, I didn't just see what I just saw. Like it felt fucking demonic. I was like, oh, okay, wow, there's real demons here. Like the energy felt demonic, if that makes sense. Like
Was it because of what you saw or after you thought like
it was what I felt and what I saw about the situation. And I didn't want like your mind plays tricks on you because I didn't want to believe what I saw because it was like, oh, okay.
Why would you do that?
Yeah, I was like, this is so weird. So I went down the hallway and the guy like dipped off so quick, which is also why I was like, okay, maybe I just whatever. And then I get to the end of the hall and there's a doorway or like a hallway thing, and there was somebody around there, and I didn't feel like I was being threatened. It was more so just an energy, like it was just a demon. It was a demon inside this okay. Anyways, so I turn the corner and it's this guy like just full blown just jacking off, and I looked him in the eye and he was like, everything, his junk was out, and I looked at
I didn't know that.
Yeah, his whole I was like, and it wasn't even like fully like all the way.
You're saying like too much.
Yeah, okay. Either way, I looked him in the eye, and I could immediately tell it wasn't the soul person that came into this world in that body. That soul was not present. It was something where it was just like,
it's just acting on
it was just like
emotion.
There is another being or spirit or demon inside this person that is whatever. Anyways, I was like, what the fuck are you doing? And he like, I was like, what the fuck? And he saw me, and then he fucking bolted down the stairs. And then I was like, ugh. Well, after he bolted down the stairs, I hesitated a little bit because I was like, I don't know.
Maybe he's not all
like,
there.
yeah, and I was like, okay, do I go to... I was like, there's no...
You didn't hurt him.
I didn't hurt him, but I went down there afterwards, and then I kind of started getting scared. I was like, oh my God, like, what the fuck is going on? And then immediately after I started, like, figuring out, I'm pretty sure he just left the building, but I contacted the maintenance person that was living there, and then I called the police. And it turns out that this person was a registered sex offender that had a warrant out for his arrest, and somebody in my apartment building was just housing them, you know, for whatever. And not only that, but the door that he was, wherever he was standing, he was standing in front of, I get so angry because he was standing in front of the door where this beautiful family was, and two little girls, or no, it was just one little girl, but she had a friend that she played with a lot. He was standing in front of that door, and that, like, after I was like, oh, I was fucking pissed. But either way, that he's in jail now. I talked to a detective and all that other shit. So it's just, if I would have had a gun, I probably wouldn't have shot him unless I was being threatened still.
Or if he was threatening someone else.
Or if he was threatening somebody else. Because I don't know, you just know. I mean, I would have pulled out a gun. I'd be like, I mean, well...
No, what you did right. That was the right thing to do. You
yeah.
yelled. Obviously, that is definitely not appropriate to be doing that in the middle of a hallway where everyone else. That is something to be done private. And if anybody on YouTube world doesn't get that, that is for private. You shouldn't be doing that out in public. That's private.
Yeah, that's fucking weird.
Yeah,
and that's
so you did the right thing. You yelled at him and said, get the fuck out, or whatever you said. He ran off, and then you contacted the police. And apparently, you know, your angels that you had with you that day used you to, you know, bring justice to the situation.
You know what's fucking weird? So, like, a few weeks prior to that incident, I was in my apartment, and I was just, sometimes you have weird dreams, and the way that you are grounded to the planet and to the world, you are so aware of your environment, you can almost kind of pick up on other people's thought forms or different energies or spirits, and especially if you're in shadow world, or if you are in the subconscious part of people, or people are projecting their subconscious archetypes or problems, they carry that around them in their energy field. And oh my God, if you're in a shitty environment, it's just
it's exhausting.
It's exhausting. And a couple weeks prior to that incident, I remember encountering in my dreams like this demonic entity. And I felt...
It felt the same thing as...
Yeah, it felt so like it wasn't... You can't attack or hurt me, but I was like, okay, I have to get it out. Like, I was like... Okay. Because there is no time in spirit or shadow world or whatever you want to talk about it, but...
All right, let's
move on.
Yeah, let's move
that
on.
Was kind of dark.
Yeah, that got pretty deep. But, you know, some people need to understand that you're not alone with... World. Yeah, this is a messed up world at times.
If there wasn't police that would take care of that situation, guess what? I would have had several guns, and I probably would have... I've talked to the police department. The police department was... When securing that building... Now, this wasn't the only problem I had with that building. It was a corporate-run building. It was fucking,
They don't do
it was
anything.
it was in the hood. It was just fucking,
It was a
whatever.
moneymaker
Yeah.
for them. They
So
didn't care
every time
about
I would
it.
talk to the cops, I'd be like, you guys are not doing your jobs. You're not securing the building. There's a person with a revolver in here that's under the influence constantly. There is a child sex trafficker or some sex offender running around in here. And apparently you guys can't do anything about it. Like, what the fuck? Why am I the one doing about it? So
Yeah, but you have to think about it. So
the police,
so what if that person had a revolver? They can't do anything about it until there is an action that causes disturbance.
Yeah, so
That's why they're doing their jobs. They went after him after the guy as soon. So you can't blame them.
Yeah, you don't. I'm sorry. I'm not gonna say the whole story because that's so fucking long and draining. So we'll just cut it there. But I would definitely like a bunch of guns because
Yeah.
if I have to take care of this shit myself, I'm getting guns. I'm getting a bunch of guns.
It's easier.
And if I don't get guns, I'm just gonna get knives or bows and arrows or whatever else I have. What else are
In the future, there will be lightsabers. I'm sure they're probably already here.
You can just get to a point where you can control your environment and your energy and be so aware you can just get in alignment and you'll be protected constantly. And that's usually how it goes within the universe. You're always protected. And even like this happens on the battlefield too.
Well,
all your buddies, but
you're protected energetically, but with other humans, because we have the gift of free will, they can choose to hurt someone if they wanted to, which is why this world is so messed up because people don't understand that you can choose not to hurt people.
Okay.
Anyways,
we're at 26
okay.
minutes, so you go.
But that was my main thing. And the other thing is that politicians just run their fucking mouths.
Yes, they do.
About taking away firearms or banning more firearms and all this stuff because they think that's going to help. You are stupid. Stupid. Like, that's not going to help. People understanding right and wrong is going to help. When everyone is educated and empowered by self-defense, we won't have any issues. The only issues we'll have is, someone thinks we already have these issues. Someone thinks we'll have more power than the other one, but guess what? If they think that and they go after them, this one can defend themselves. And then if this group goes after this one can defend themselves. Like,
yeah.
At least if you take away the guns from, Americans, then you're going to have a group that thinks they have more power, and then you have a group that can't defend themselves.
Here's the thing, and this goes on even the most biological level. The human species does not want violence. We don't seek it out. That's not more so. We just kind of want to keep reproducing. If you want to go into that without even thinking about it.
Yeah, the human species.
We're not we don't want to be violent, but
baby isn't violent. They aren't.
Yeah.
A child isn't born violent.
So, but there are
a child is born in love.
Can I talk?
Right.
Now I kind of forgot about what I was going to say because we need to end the video. But humans are not naturally violent. We don't seek violence. We seek evolution. We seek evolution and growth. And we do seek growth.
Love, connection,
yes,
and stability,
yes,
but also change.
But there are a select few humans out there, or beings that bring violence, and sometimes not violence necessary, but defense and energetic release are necessary to be a part of that evolutionary thing. And that's where the Second Amendment, that's what the Second Amendment is trying to say and explain, if that makes sense. And it is a natural right to defend your own peace, your being,
this body that you inhabit.
That's part of living proudly and being proud of who you are and your own expression. because it's something worth fighting for. Like that's the reason. And yes, you can need peace and you need war to understand each other, but it always goes in balance when it's constant war and like constant like la peace. It's just practicality, you know?
Yeah. I just wanted to say that I do kind of follow the campaign, the Turning Point USA, and Charlie Kirk he said, which I thought was right on. Every self-serving politician who wants to ban guns should be forced to also give up armed security, because that's what it is.
Fuck your fucking security.
Politicians should be forced to live under the laws they pass. I would really like to see...
I didn't fucking know that they weren't. I didn't know that they weren't. I thought...
Well, no, he's saying that because a lot of the Democrats, Biden, Kamala Harris, and then that other Joe Schmo, saying that we're going to come take your AR-15s, we're going to take your guns and all this BS. You should not... What did you do?
Sorry.
If like he said, if you're going to do that, you should abide by those same rules and give up all of your security guards. Go to all those college campuses with a, crock pot of boiling fester of
fight me like a real fucking
communist,
person.
Marxist, fascist ideologies.
What do you got? What do these people got? Like they've got nothing when it comes to survivability or like just raw and being real and getting nitty to the gritty. And being savage is not a bad thing all the time. Like that's what
I'm a savage.
I'll end it. Let's end the video quick. But it'll go as far as like, okay, you need serotonin, but you also need dopamine to get your shit together, right? Dopamine is part of like the survivability and being motivated and living and getting down to the gritty. Serotonin is there to observe that and being happy about it. So I don't know. Take it or leave it.
All right.
This is the end of this video.
Second Amendment, folks. Be empowered. Bye-bye.